Hi guys, Lynn Cox here, stress and performance anxiety expert. Anyway, I'm looking at my computer while I'm talking to you. I'm making a video here because I can't put straight up picture posts on my YouTube channel or Rumble, and I really am trying to get something up there every day and want to share what I'm sharing on my other channels. So I included an excerpt from a client who came to see me for performance. I call it performance anxiety, was really feeling blocked, not comfortable getting out there promoting a new business, and was struggling with that. And so the image that I included on my other channels here, this is just a little bit from the full testimonial. And the quote is, "Something shifted immediately following our session," so working with me, "and I found that I had a vigor, interest, and confidence in promoting my business through social media." So I want to read what I posted up. I'm also going to include it here as well as in this video format. So I ask people, because this is really, really, really common. The question is, performance anxiety or stress holding you back from pursuing your business, relationships, some kind of physical challenge, or anything else? Any kind of promotion, presenting, persuasion are part and parcel of the life of an entrepreneur, of having a business, as well as career success. If you're if you're employed, and if you're an employer, know this for your people, your team members as well. And the fear of public speaking is actually considered to be a form of anxiety, performance anxiety, and it is super pervasive. I'm not sure if it's just more in Western cultures, but it's certainly pervasive here. It's widely understood to be a greater fear for many than the fear of death. And wow, I understand it because I've worked with enough people. I have maybe a little bit of different wiring, or I've just had a long enough career where I had a public relations career, and I had to do a lot of presentations, a lot of speaking to the media. So I had to kind of force myself to get comfortable with it. But it's not something that everybody's comfortable with. And, I would include any other kind of promotional activities, getting your business out there in some way, trying to meet new friends or maybe meet new potential partners, and even sharing ideas in the workplace setting, be it, one-to-one or within a group setting. People hold back a lot. It's because we are truly wired for connection, and many of us instinctually don't want to raise our head above the crowd. We don't want to be necessarily ousted from the group, have a different opinion or idea that may not be accepted by the group or welcomed by the group. And also, or it be a city. I like to refer to it as being a city on a hill. But here's the irony, is so many people, and I've read so many stories about this. A lot of people, when they come to their end of their life and they know they're coming to that stage of the end of their life, wish and regret that they didn't pursue certain passions or say certain things with more vigor, that they didn't have more courage from that perspective. So to overcome whatever it was that was holding them back. In a lot of cases, it probably would have been this type of performance anxiety, not to do something that's outside of the norm, the expectation, or that may be potentially judged by people. So that's the irony of the whole thing, right? You're fearing public speaking more. You get to the stage of death, which is really we don't know what happens. I'm not going to assume to know what happens, but the end of this life here. And then people find themselves wishing, I wish I would have pursued that business. I wish I would have spoken to that family member or friend. I wish I would have tried that thing. Could have been anything. Running a triathlon, taking on a challenge that was different, where they thought, don't know if I could do that, or what would people think if I decided I wanted to do that. etc. But there are a lot of practical daily solutions and ways that people can address this. Tricks and tips, reach out to me if you're curious about that, as well as more transformational ones, like having a session where, boom, either the next day or within 21 days, your whole perspective on that's going to change. So I love that this client had such an immediate outcome after our session. And I just, encourage people to think about what are those things, what are you holding in, and I'm sure just try to notice it, like when you're in the office, we'll have impulses to say totally inappropriate things that we shouldn't say. Keeping those in at times can be wise and good, but we'll get kind of like a spark of creativity or an idea, and then we'll kind of hold it in, or we feel perhaps a bit more of a longing to pursue something else and just keep it inside of us. And it's typically this type of fear, phobia, performance anxiety, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter the name of it. It's what's standing in between you expressing yourself, growing yourself, and taking on challenges. So I just wanted to share that and encourage everybody to be more courageous and to maybe consider thinking that your own interests, the things that are important to you, even though they may not be what seems to be popular opinion or maybe would be considered to be strange to others, they're really worth pursuing, because it is my belief that we're all here for our own particular reasons, with our own very unique skill sets and interests in different ways, that we'll each grow and feel fulfilled. And I think that's a really important thing for humans to experience. Hence why when people get to their deathbed, they feel regret about not being more of themselves, not being as courageous, not trying something. I think that's proof right there that so many people do cite that as a regret. So not to scare people into nearing death and having a bunch of regrets, it is possible to overcome them, and I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful day.